new Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation, and I am in the color 355 Coconut. That is the darkest shade they had at my local Walmart, which is where I purchased this. This was $5 something. I don't remember the exact price, but it's like the same price as the original Maybelline Fit Me. The powders, I noticed that the regular line, they have the matching powders all the way up to 360, I think, but they only have a few colors of the powder in the matte and poreless. I don't know if they're just gonna fill more in over time or what, or that's just how it is. I don't know, but I wasn't able to get the matching powder in the matte and poreless foundation. Putting it on straight, I think it's a pretty good match. I've never tried Maybelline. I have very oily skin, and looking at the reviews, I just seen that people got oily, so I just never bothered with it. But I think the match is pretty good. It's a tad yellow. I can never find my exact like undertone for the drugstore. Like they're too yellow, too orange, too red. I think I might have a neutral undertone. I don't know because it's always too something. I can't find one that's just that matches undertone. I'm gonna go do the rest of my face, take my hair out of these braids, and I will be right back. All right, everybody, so I'm back. I finished my makeup, took out my hair. So the makeup has a chance to set. And what do I think? I don't have any setting powder or primer on, so I wanted to see how it lasts all day without those two things. I only have some translucent powder on underneath my eyes where I put some concealer. It looks like I put translucent powder on. It went on like it immediately felt matte, and yeah, it looks like I have translucent powder on because the foundations that I usually use aren't naturally matte, so I'm only used to getting this finish after I apply translucent powder. The only thing I don't like is this no pump, and as you can see, it's a mess. I poured out way too much product. I used too much product. I feel a little bit cakey, but I don't know, I feel flawless at the same time. Basically covered my imperfections with the first layer. I just added a little bit more on my cheeks. That's where mainly my imperfections are, and I just mainly needed to like use the excess that was on my hand. As far as color match, my chest is so much lighter than my face that it's like so hard to find a color match. So I try to match my chest, and then I look ghost face. So it looks better than the foundation that I was using before that was too dark. And I was just trying to use it up to get rid of it, but I knew it was too dark. It matches my actual face a lot better than the last foundation I was using that was just too dark overall, even on my face, and it was a little bit too orange after it oxidized. This has been sitting for at least 15 minutes now. I feel like it did oxidize. I did get a tad bit darker. It doesn't look as yellow anymore. I think it looks better than what it looked when I first put it on. I will see you guys later and give you my final results on this foundation. I'm not gonna touch up because I never do. We'll see if I get super oily or not. All right, see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hey everybody, so I'm back. It is hours later. It's midnight, so I'm about to take my makeup off. I honestly forgot and I almost forgot to do the second part of the video, so I'm so glad I remembered. But yeah, so it's midnight. I put this on about this, meaning the foundation, almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon was when I was completely done with everything. And as you can see, this is how the foundation looks. I have on no primer, no setting powder, except for underneath my eyes to set my concealer. So what do you guys think? I think I look pretty good. I'm getting oily on my forehead, my cheeks, which I should take my glasses off. I put highlighter on, and the minute that I like got done, I realized I shouldn't have put highlighter on, but that's why my cheeks look a little glowy, but they're not oily. My nose is a little oily. A lot of the foundation is kind of rubbed off because I was rubbing my nose, but yeah, I'm mainly just oily here, matte here, matte around my mouth, matte. I am oily like around here because I can see my the indentations from my foundation glasses. So around my nose, like in the creases right here, is oily, and then my forehead is starting to get oily and above my eyebrows, but it's not obnoxious looking. It's just like I'm starting to get shiny. And like I said, I didn't set it and I didn't use a primer. So I feel like if I use a primer and I use a setting powder, I just use NYC's translucent powder and I use the Rimmel Stay Matte, I feel like I'm gonna be good all day. As far as imperfections, I'm starting to see a few imperfections around here. That could be from me touching my face, really, because this side looks better than this side. I have a habit of touching and resting my hand on my face. This is gone from my glasses, on the sides of my nose, or my mouth is wearing off from eating. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good still. All it needs is primer, and I usually put the primer on. I've concentrated in my T-zone. What do you guys think? How do you guys think the foundation looks? I think it still looks pretty good. It is winter. I do live in the Northeast, so I don't know how this holds up in the summer. Off of first impressions, I would buy this again. The only thing I can't stand is there's no pump, and this is all foundation around the top. Look at all that foundation in there, because to me it's runny. It's quite runny. It's not super runny, but you pour out too much, and I put on more foundation than I normally would. I did look automatically matte when I was buffing it in with my brush. It looked so matte. It looked like I put on translucent powder, and I did look poreless. I did. The color match to me was dead on, but it was too yellow. It's so hard to find a foundation because my chest is so much lighter than my face, so I can't match my chest because my face is not the same color. I'm gonna look like ghost face. So what I usually do is put bronzer or put foundation on my chest. I don't know. So it did get a tad bit darker when it oxidized, but it didn't get that much darker. So I got this from Walmart for about $5 and some change, so it was very inexpensive. I could not find the matching powder because they didn't have all the shades. They had all the shades in the regular line, which I think they go up to $360, and I have $355, but they stopped. They didn't have any of the deep, like even medium shades in the powder. So I don't know if it's just my Walmart or that's how it is for right now, and they'll add more later. But I really didn't appreciate that because I really wanted to try the matching powder, because I never buy the matching powders because they usually don't have all the shades in the powders. And I don't understand why they do that. A lot of companies do that. Or the corresponding powder, you're looking at it in the packaging and it's like 2 shades lighter than the foundation, but they have the same name. Like, I don't understand why companies do that. So this was my first impression review of the Maybelline Fit Me Matte plus Poreless, or Matte and Poreless. Based off this first impression, I really like it. I've never tried Maybelline Fit Me because looking at reviews, a lot of people said it wasn't good for oily skin. So I'm glad they listened and made a matte version, and I tried this line. Or if you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you tried the other Fit Me line, you can let me know about that experience as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.